Hey dudes and dudettes, welcome back to Let's Play Bastion.
All that trouble for a single shard, but you know what? It was worth it.
It was worth it. I love shards. I collect them. I make jewelry out of them, bracelets, necklaces, ankle bracelets, rings, amulets. You know, the usual, really.
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
So,
that Gator's a crazy gal, but so is the gal who promised to look after her.
two cool things. One, we obviously just upgraded our lost and found. That's always cool.
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
And we've now got another pet. You know, we've got the squirt hanging around there. And now the ankle gator is like another pet, which is kind of cool. What's going on, buddy? Check out the memorial. So what we've got going on here, still quite a few vigils to do, and we have more that we will unlock later. So keep that in mind, yeah. You know, you don't want to procrastinate with these, otherwise it'll be too late, and you won't get them done, and then you'll be in a cranky mood, and you're gonna take it out on me, and that's not fair in a relationship. I don't think, is to take it out on your friend, your lover, you know, your partner in crime. Really, it's not cool. But I always keep an eye on those. Don't worry. And of course, we have the new upgraded lost and found, and what that means essentially is we have more items available to buy, which is great because well, it's great. I mean, why wouldn't you want more? More. I want more. And in case you didn't notice, in the previous times we were there, you can buy the gods in the lost and found. You can buy their little idols that you put in the shrine, and then we worship them later on. So that's cool because it's for me. I haven't noticed they're not very common to find them or anything when actually playing the game. So like going through the levels. So that's one of the things I think you need to buy more of, or you don't need to. Depends on how much of a completionist you are.
Can't decide between a hammer and a brusher's pike.
You know,
Take both.
I like to complete everything, so eventually I'm gonna have all the gods being worshipped, and it'll be hard and all that crap. But that's what I love. And same thing for weapons and upgrades and all the spirits and levels. I'm gonna do it to the max. You know, whether I get to show you is one thing. You know, we'll have to see how far I can take it before it gets, you know, too crazy. Too crazy for you guys to handle. Your minds might blow up. You'll be like, whoa,
Fix a brusher's pike.
I can't handle
you just
this.
need a good length of knife bark.
So now, I don't have any money left. Can't do any more upgrades. But that's another thing I always like to keep an eye on, because
Party punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the
I
worst
find
of times.
you're never really short of the building material. It's usually the fragments. So I like to always check and be like, oh, I can build something with this one because I have blah blah blah. But then you run out of money, because I go on a shopping spree like a girl in a shoe store or something, or a guy in a shoe store. I know guys like shoes too. I don't know. Let's just say you go on a shopping spree like a person in a store who's really eager to buy the things in that store. They're really enthusiastic over them. Let's just leave it at that. We'll just leave it open-ended. And what we're doing now, we are trying a proving ground. We gotta stay trained, gotta stay fit. And this one is for the shield, the bullhead. And it's tricky.
Old ritual from when folks believed there was this godlike bull watching over them. Had to make do with nothing but a shield.
Basic premise of this is block everything and don't get hit. See, I took a hit there. That sucks. I took another hit because I'm being impatient. The fewer hits you take, the better you do, obviously. You know, the amount of hits you get determines, or lack thereof, determines what place you get. and the prizes. So obviously we don't want to get any hits. I'm already off to a horrible start, and I don't think first place is an option at all at this point. It hasn't been for a few hits, but then again, a lot of the proving grounds, the first go, you just need to get a feel for the map, the setting, the rules, just the whole environment you're in, right? You know, you got to get familiar, and that's really how you're gonna excel in the next few trials. So for me, it's just kind of, I'm trying to memorize what enemies pop up. This game is for the proving grounds and stuff like that. The enemies are all predetermined. It's not random or anything. I mean, once they pop on the map, they're gonna go and do their thing. But what order and number and all that stuff is all determined. So it's pretty easy to, you know, get yourself prepped mentally and physically and all that stuff. You know, go grab your glass of water, grab a beer, wipe your hands off on your shirt so they're not greasy. I don't know what rituals you guys have, but you know, that's what you got to do. And the interesting thing about this proving ground is you can do it right off the bat. You don't need to wait until you upgrade your shield, because the shield is the one thing that you can't upgrade in terms of well, it is a weapon and it isn't a weapon. I mean, typically you associate a shield mostly as being defense, but you can bash things with shields, and if you're doing a counter attack, well, that's offense as well. So it's kind of a hybrid item, but regardless, you can't upgrade it. So that's kind of a pro and a con for us in doing this, because technically we should be able to do it right away, but it's still difficult, just plain difficult. Countering is a time-sensitive matter. You gotta, not too soon, not too late. You know, I always underestimate defense in any game, and this is no exception. Learn from my mistakes. Get good with the shield early on.
Knew when to just step aside and let things go.
So the menders, that's the killing a foe with a counter attack with 20% health. So that's kind of cool. That one's actually a little trickier to do, almost fluky, really, because if you're good at this game, you're not gonna let your health get as low as you see me with there. I mean, I should have used a potion,
Some
but
folks wound up taking the coward's way.
you know, it doesn't matter so much if you die in this. If you get hit, that's bad enough. So I'm way beyond second prize at this point. But again, now I think we're getting close to the end. This guy's kind of tricky. He's better, actually, if you can just let him, yeah, see, he falls off the map. That's what you want to do. So we got third prize, and I'm not satisfied, obviously. Why would I be? So I'm gonna restart this one. Just, you know, we're here. Let's get it over with. And this little black space that you're seeing now, there's probably been like at least a dozen tries between what you just saw me do and this final run. I mean, I cut them out because it would just be way too long and pointless. But you'll see here, I'm drastically better, and I could have done a perfect run here. But you know, you make silly mistakes, but it's okay. So here, basically, you see me. I have mastered counterattacks with the shields. It's priceless. It's priceless, honestly. If you have this game, if you play this game, learn to counterattack with your shield. Saves ammo, saves reload time, because a lot of times I find I will run into, you know, an issue. I'll be gunning people down, and I'll be like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, I'm killing you. Oh yeah, you're dying. And then you gotta reload, and then everybody bombards you, and that's when you die or you get in trouble and you screw up. So you don't run into that problem so much with the shield, because you don't have to reload and and there's no delay really between blocking and not blocking. So take advantage of it, you know? Take advantage of it. At this point, you see me kicking some serious ass. I haven't been touched yet. That was the one kind of silly mistake I made. I shouldn't have been hit there, but it's okay. You don't have to play flawlessly to get first, just very close. And surprisingly, these guys will trick you. I don't know what it is, their rhythm of attack kind of throws me off a lot of the time, so just watch out for them. And as well, after you counter a guys, usually it stuns them, so that's a good opportunity to get a quick attack in, and you're not vulnerable because, you know, they're stunned, they're paralyzed, and usually that's enough to finish them off after a counter, just because they're already weak from the counter attack. Not this guy. Don't even, and watch out for the blue purple junk, or yeah, the gooey. So there's first prize, and of course it's a new spell for our Bullhead Shield, so that's kind of cool. And we've got a little more to go in this video, but unfortunately I just want to warn you, there's no real progression in the story here. I spent a good chunk of time trying to get that proving ground.
In his eye when he gets back, and more than a hint in mine.
And I guess kind of just getting recharged in a lot of ways, doing our upgrades, checking items, this and that. It's important to do, you know, don't get behind. There's one lesson I've learned. Oh wait, just 1 second, let me look at this war machete. See, there you go, we get 100% critical or +1 blade throw.
Machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
Machetes, you know, it's good that you can throw them, but it's not like you can live without it, so that's why I went with the critical there. Not to say we can't switch it later on, that doesn't cost us anything, but probably won't.
To master the musket, you gotta get rid of the recoil.
The musket, you know, it's a great weapon, a little tiny bit slower, and the range isn't that great.
Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable
So you want to make sure you fix those through the upgrades. And but yeah, a little life lesson. Every problem you have is like a twig, and the way to solve it, to find the solution,
fizz is like a mouthful of nails.
Is
but the benefits are worth it.
You gotta snap the twig, right? You let too many problems pile up, and then you gotta snap them all at once. You're not gonna snap that bundle, okay? It's easier to do things one by one than to try and tackle them all at the same time. You can apply that to video games, you can apply it to real life. You know, for me, it's important. You try not to get overwhelmed. It happens to all of us, to the best of us. You know, we put too much on our plate, but you know, it
wasn't fixed. It was unbroken.
Just something you got to keep an eye on. So now we're doing a little more than window shopping. I was gonna say window shopping, but we're definitely not window shopping. We're right in the store, testing out all these perfumes and touching things. Fancy things, pointy things, greasy things. So we got a pretty sizable amount of fragments built up here, and naturally I'm gonna spend them all getting stuff to upgrade our item or our weapons. Bronze spyglass, I'm gonna get that because that's one of those items you pick up in the levels, but obviously I missed it. And it's a talking point.
Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see. But leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view.
So, just, you know, again, completionist.
We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built.
Whoa. That's deep philosophical. Also, collecting those items, story items like the spyglass we just got, or those ancient spices from a few videos back, or whatever. You can get achievements and vigils
Don't want that thing leaving your hands until you decide it's time.
For collecting those. I forget the name of the vigil, but there should be one. And so, you know, if you want to get all the vigils like I do, then you want to make sure you buy up or collect all those things in the level. So what do we have left? We'll do a quick check before we end this episode. Again, it's kind of a medium length episode, but not a lot, but we're gonna get back into the meat of things in the next episode, so definitely come back for that. You want to come back for that. I love you guys very, very deeply. To those of you, I just want to say that I've kept up with some of my Let's Plays and talk in the comments and stuff. I love that stuff. Leave comments, even if you just want to tell me how awesome or crappy of a day you had. I'll respond, because I love you guys. So anyways, that's, you know, a good glance at our vigils. We're going to tackle them in the next video and move forward, getting more shards and stuff. So I will check you guys out in the next video. Peace, love, and soul.